Mr. President, what is your opinion about the current economic situation in the eurozone? Where are the main weaknesses?
I think we have a problem which is due to the fact that our overall growth potential is quite low in my analysis, because of a lot of absence of appropriate structural reforms in many countries, and this appeared particularly visible after the crisis, in the crisis and after the crisis. So that is a big problem for all countries. Now, on top of that, we have the legacy of the difficulty of the countries that were under stress in the crisis, and we have 5 countries or more that were under stress, and so we have the difficulty for those countries to recover. They had to adjust. It was unavoidable, but of course it has a cost in terms of growth. And we have another element which is important, which is the fact that the countries that have room for maneuvering, that were not under stress, that have a large amount of current account surplus, for instance, have themselves a difficulty to restart actively their domestic demand and therefore their growth and job creation. So we have this combination. I expect that it is only transitory, but of course it makes the present period quite demanding.
Most economists are warning that we are approaching the point of no return on the risk of deflation. What is your opinion on this, and shouldn't it warrant a new action by the ECB?
Well, the ECB, in my opinion, under the chairmanship of Mario, did a very good job in taking very important decisions, including, of course, the liquidity insurance, which is given to all banks, and which is the main weaponry of the ECB, including the OMT, which played a very important role in giving a liquidity insurance to the countries that could have problems, including with the very low interest rates, including with the new decisions that are just taken and just implemented on the ABS, asset-backed securities, on the covered bonds, and so forth. So that makes a lot. What is bothering me a little bit is that part of the market is permanently saying it's not sufficient when the start of the implementation of the previous measure is only going on. So I would say all this is remarkable. We should not trust that the ECB has a magic wand and can solve all problems. It is not true. The magic wand does not exist. The magic wand is the combination of the good policies of the ECB. And note that our risk-free interest rates in Europe, in the euro area, are 140 basis points below the risk-free in the US. So that is something which is very important, and proved that the ECB did well in being accommodating. And of course you have the governments, you have the parliaments, you have the social partners, and it is absolutely clear that they have themselves their responsibility, and they have to be fully conscious of their responsibilities.
Turning to Italy, we are now since 13 months in recession. Greece and Spain are doing much better. Why is it so?
I think the explanation is that Spain had to embark on diminishing unit labor cost massively, and embarking on structural reforms massively for obvious reasons, because Spain, at the moment of the stress, of the financial stress, Spain had a 10% current account deficit. So Spain was very imbalanced, and they had to correct, and it was absolutely unavoidable and necessary. Italy, like France a little bit, was less imbalanced, had less dramatic problems, and did much less in terms of improving its competitiveness. So you can explain the difference. And what is overdue, it seems to me, in Italy as well as in my own country, is that you have to regain competitiveness. And you have to regain competitiveness both in making all markets more flexible, including the labor market, and working hard on and on the cost competitiveness of the economy.